Hey, Florist people, welcome back. Today's topic is all about SEO and keywords, specifically trending keywords for florists. Now, this is the third video in this short little series that I've done so far. And I've talked in the previous videos about how to find trending keywords for florists and the benefits of making sure that you are using trending keywords on current trend hot topics on your website and on all of your social media profiles. Now today I wanted to give you a few little tips that can help specifically with Google Ads and any Google AdWord campaign projects you've got going. Because if you're gonna see the greatest success with those efforts, the keywords and the keyword phrases that you have on your website need to be in some specific spots on your website if they're gonna work. Hey everybody, I'm Frank Blanchard, AIFD, and if you've been following my page and you've been watching my videos, you know I'm a longtime florist. And ultimately, I want to see you have as much success as you possibly can with your florist business. So a lot of what I focus on is more of the business side of the floral industry, but also knowing and understanding your creative brain and how it works and how you create what you make. I focus on helping you develop your story, so to speak, as to how you are selling, what you're selling, and making sure that you can have as much success with that as possible. So today, on the topic of Google Ads and Google AdWord campaigns. In previous videos, I've talked about the benefits of why you want to find trending keywords and keyword phrases to use, because ultimately those are the keywords and the kinds of things that people are looking for on the web. Now, when it comes to keyword phrases, I really want you to try and focus more on the entire phrase and not just the keywords. To really be successful with keyword research and getting those keywords to work well, specifically on your website, it's about answering people's questions. What might people be searching for at certain times of the year, and being able to answer questions to their search query that you are able to include trending keywords and keyword phrases within the answer. So ultimately, whatever that answer is what creates the keyword phrase. Now, really, for most web traffic and your overall online business, you really want to focus the majority of the time for getting organic traffic, meaning you're not actually paying for an ad to get said traffic. Ultimately, organic traffic you want to be your main focus. However, if you do want to do any paid Google ads or paid AdWord campaigns with Google or any other marketing, digital marketing specifically with the search engines, there are a couple of key spots that you need to make sure to include those keywords that you want to target. Now, we all know that Google campaigns, Google ads, any other search engine ads that you're doing, those focus on digital content that's on your website. It doesn't really have to do with individual pictures, but it's the text content that goes with them. It's the text content in the descriptions of the items on your e-commerce florist website. It's the keywords that you have worked into the blog that you've got associated with your e-commerce website, etc. So the key spots that you really need to focus on, and depending on what platform you have your website with, this might take a little work to get it figured out as to how to actually execute. What is served to a customer when they do a search online for your potential products and services? If your information is served to them by the search engine as the best answer for whatever it is that they happen to be looking for, those keywords and the answers to their questions that the search engine found for them are in the metadata of your website. So that is derived from the descriptions of the items on your website and also the names of the items on your website. Now, for this, I'm really talking specifically to retail florists with e-commerce websites, and this really affects us more than other businesses. When it comes to the names you give the items on your website, they need to be short. If you can have names for items on your website that is one word or 2 words max, that would be really good. And this is vitally important, especially if you're going to do any kind of Google ads or Google AdWord campaigns. You definitely need to make sure not only that those names are short, but that is one of the key areas that you have to include one of the keywords that you are targeting for your ad. So when you're selecting whatever keywords you're targeting for your ad, you've got to make sure that at least one of those keywords is part of the name. And you definitely need to make sure that it's to the front of the name. I've seen some retail florists with names on items on their website that it's actually not a name. They actually give an entire phrase or a sentence as the name of something, and that can cause you issues if you're running Google Ads in any kind of Google AdWord campaigns. If you're going to be successful with those campaigns, you've got to make sure that your name is short, because what is served to the potential customer that is searching for your products and services, the search engines are going to give them what is the meta title of your item, and that is always an abbreviated version of whatever you've come up with for the name of the items on your website. So, whatever your name is, think of this and keep this in mind. The search engines basically are going to serve half of that, or the front half of the sentence, if you actually call something a complete sentence. The search engines are going to cut that in half, and they're going to serve the first part of your name to the potential customer as the name of that item. So that's why it's vitally important to really think about what you are calling the items on your website, making sure you are including the keywords that you are targeting into the names of the items on your website, and it's got to be to the front of that name. That's why, if you can, concentrate on calling the items on your website a single word being a keyword, or 2 words max for the names of the items on your website. If you do give it a whole sentence or a phrase to call something on your website, to give it that kind of a title, if you run the risk of putting the keyword in the last half of that phrase or sentence, that's going to be what gets cut off, and then it's as if that word doesn't exist. So you're not going to get the benefit from that keyword from your Google ad or your Google AdWords campaign. So that's the first thing. Think about the keyword that you want to target. It has to be in the name, and it has to be in the meta title of your different items that you're targeting. So that's one. The other place that that same keyword needs to be featured is within the first sentence of the description of that item. So, whatever text content you create on your website for the description of the item, that's one of the key spots that you want to make sure that you are including your keywords and your trending keywords to get the most traffic. And if you are doing a Google ad or any kind of AdWord campaign with really any of the search engines, you need to focus and make sure that you've got that keyword within the first sentence of your description. Now, why is that important? The meta description is kind of the same situation as the meta title for the items on your website. It basically becomes an abbreviated version of whatever the description is for that item. So if you're an independent florist and you manage your own website, example, your website is with Bloom Nation, Florinext, Hannah, maybe Epic or Strider, or you have somebody create a website specifically for you, whatever descriptions you give to the items on your website, the meta description for those items is an abbreviated version of whatever it is that you've come up with for the description of that item. So, even within that abbreviated version, you need to make sure to include that trending keyword in the first sentence. And the main reason being, when you are doing Google Ads or any kind of Google AdWord campaign, when the search engines are searching and crawling your site for those keywords that you're targeting, the 2 main places they're going to look is at the meta title and the first sentence of the meta description. So hopefully that helps you with any kind of work that you are doing with Google Ads and any kind of Google AdWord campaign. Because if you're gonna be successful, you've got to make sure that those keywords appear in those spots. If you're still continuing to work on your SEO and your keyword research, which I hope you are, because there never-ending project. It's something that continually has to happen. Do make sure to watch the other videos that I'm sharing up here in the cards and on the end screen, because those videos specifically will give you more helpful information on those projects to help optimize your website. And again, if you can utilize that same content, keywords and keyword phrases in your social media platforms, that'll help you even more. If you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. That really helps me out, and it helps make sure that YouTube shares this video with more people so that it can help more people that are maybe working on the same projects as you. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, that would be great. And if you'd like to be notified when I do upload new video for you, definitely hit the bell icon down below. But give that kind of work to improve your SEO for your website and your social platforms a try, because it really does make a difference. Until next time, be well, everybody. Stay safe, and we'll see you really soon. And check out the next video. Bye for now.